Hello, welcome back to Access. I'm Rob. Joining us is Dave.
Hello.
We're fresh out of the PlayStation conference.
Yeah, not that fresh, actually. As you might be able to tell.
But we did see Skyrim VR.
Yeah.
Now, there were whispers that that was
I'd
possibly
heard them, Rob,
happening.
And I dared not dream
and
that
I
it was
dared
true.
not dream either. But it is true.
It is true.
Skyrim VR.
Yeah.
VR Skyrim.
I know. It's
I can't get over it, Dave. It's been my fantasy for so long.
Cheeky monkeys at Bethesda have told us all about Fallout in VR, but they forgot to mention they've also been working on Skyrim in VR. And we've got 5 places, Rob, that we can't wait to revisit. Yeah. There's actually loads more
just
than
so
that.
we can talk about Skyrim VR some more.
Yeah.
But the first place we're going to mention is Whiterun, because that's like the first major settlement you get to in Skyrim. And it's always been quite an iconic Skyrim moment, seeing Whiterun for the first time, because you get out of the Helgen after the dragon attacks, you go through Riverwood, which is this picturesque little rural village.
Isn't it? Yeah.
And it's like, ooh, lovely fantasy land. And then you come out and you wind round that road.
Come round the mountain.
And you come round the corner. And Whiterun is just there. It's like Edoras from Lord of the Rings.
It's so like, you almost imagine they designed the world to be in that way for that moment.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's sat right there in the middle of the plain. You come up around the mountain and it opens up before you, and there's Whiterun. And as you say, like, it's such an iconic, like the silhouette of the city or town. It's kind of small. It's so recognizable. In fact, all these places have incredibly recognizable silhouettes. It's a great, the design in the game is fantastic. But yeah, Whiterun is the first place you really see, and it just looks so evocative of that sort of medieval style with the kind of, the castle or that sort of townhouse up on the
Dragon's Reach.
Dragon's Reach.
And I can't wait to see it and get a sense of the distance as well when you first see it on the horizon. In VR, you're going to be able to look upon it almost as if you are there. I mean, just obviously.
That is the thing. If you haven't ever tried VR, that's the thing that VR does the best for me. I mean,
you're going to be. This video is going to be really annoying you. I imagine.
It gives you a sense of scale.
To get you excited about something unless you've tried VR and you know how good it is.
Yeah.
Just experiencing, looking at a place and feeling how big it is, and looking at buildings and being, can you imagine going to Dragon's Reach and looking up at Dragon's Reach?
Exactly. You'll be able to do that, and you'll be able to go out, on that sort of balcony and look out over the world. We should move. We've done, Whiterun. We should move on to the next place, which is a place.
It is a place, like an area rather than a city,
settlement,
and it's the Rift.
Yes,
which is one of my favourite places in Skyrim. You'll find it just outside the city of Riften in the southeast, and it's this beautiful autumnal setting, golden russet-coloured leaves. When the sun comes through, and these little babbling brooks.
Yes, they are. There are babbling brooks, and like maybe a deer.
There's also a bandit camp.
Is there?
Oh, loads. Yeah.
Oh, well, that's good, because I don't want to just be looking the whole time. And in fact, one of the most exciting things from the trailer was just looking at the combat. You seem to have 2 hands that move independently of one another, and I'm an archer, so the thought of actually being able to do archery.
We're just thinking of all the places we can be in, but shooting fireballs out your hands.
I know, the magic, that's the dream, isn't it? Is doing magic with what appear to be your own hands. That's what I've always wanted to do. We're supposed to be
talking about the Rift,
Yeah, sorry. Well, the Rift is beautiful. If you don't know, it's as you said, it's an autumnal sort of forest, babbling brooks. It's like a little windmill, I seem to remember. Bandit camps. Cerethi's farm,
Her
right?
Nernroot farm, where in that Friday feature that time, that dragon just appeared.
Oh, God.
Cerethi.
That was amazing. Like, moments like that. You imagine witnessing that moment.
The dragon lands in Skyrim. Sometimes they land right in front of you.
Yeah.
And you look up, and they breathe fire right in your face.
And again, a dragon now, like, a dragon is big, but you're going to see how big it is. You're going to get the scale of the dragon, which is going to be amazing. Let's move on to number 3.
I've picked the city of Solitude.
Yes.
Which is a beautiful city. It's the imperial stronghold. It's like the imperial capital of Skyrim.
Yeah.
it's got that incredible arc of rock.
Again, another
that it sits on, which is another iconic Skyrim landmark.
Silhouette, yeah.
And the city's just a really pleasant place to be. But also, I'm excited about going to Solitude, because in Solitude you can buy like that really expensive house.
Yeah.
I forget the name of it now, but it costs like 25,000 gold or something, and it's like, you know, life goals. I want that house in Solitude, and when you finally buy it, you can decorate it. And a thing I'm really looking forward to doing is buying it, decorating it fully, sitting in a little chair in the corner, and just being in my house.
Yeah.
Sitting at my dinner table with a plate of food in front of me.
You'll be able to do that.
Looking at all my sets of armor.
Yeah.
And looking at all my weapons mounted on the walls, going into my bedroom.
You'll be sat in your chair and you'll be slowly looking around your room, and then you'll look to the right and Lydia will just be stood there. Like, can I help? Lydia, just go away. Can you go and stand somewhere else? It's weird. It's weird now. But yeah, no, that's going to be great. Oh my God, you could have a dog. You can have a little dog friend.
This is the dream.
Yeah, I think Solitude, again, Solitude, amazing place for views because it's high up. All the Imperial flags, you can climb right up to the top of some of those towers. That would be absolutely fantastic.
We're talking of spaces that are high up, Dave.
Yes.
We should probably move on to entry number 4, which is the Throat of the World.
The highest place in Skyrim. Yeah, gonna have to jump my way up there.
That's gonna be great in VR.
Through the storms, and then be on top of the Throat of the World, which will be amazing for looking out at just the whole world of Skyrim. But you know what you have to do when you're on top of the Throat of the World, Rob?
Just jump off the top of the Throat of the World.
Which might be terrifying in VR, to be honest.
Terrifying in VR.
But I think it's something I'd have to experience.
It's worth it. But just waiting for the weather to clear and being able to see all of Skyrim laid out before you in every direction.
Yeah.
And we've talked about scale. You really get a sense of the scale when you're in VR. That's going to be quite scary, I think.
Yeah.
Standing on top of a massive mountain. Because obviously you can move around in VR as well. You can lean, you can peer.
Yeah.
You could like, oh, that's high.
Sorry, I just thought that how great that's going to be, just like when you go exploring in caves and things, just peering around corners.
What's this?
Yeah, exactly. Just that's going to be fantastic.
It's some Nirnroot.
Because I find some of those cave systems can get a little bit scary anyway. But looking for booby
Imagine when you're
traps
trying
and
to
things.
find, you can hear a frost troll, but you can't see it. You can give it a little peek around the corner.
Yeah. That's really good. That's really, really exciting. What's the last place that you're excited to visit?
Markarth, which is my favourite place.
I was going to say it's my favourite place.
Hands down in all of Skyrim.
I think, well, I just think you look at it and it's so visually kind of tells you about the history of the place.
Yeah.
And it's just
amazing.
so full of wonder. Like, it's carved into the rock.
Mountain.
Like, into the mountain.
It's carved into a mountain by the ancient race of the Dwemer, which is really technologically gifted dwarven characters.
Yeah.
And there's a load of Dwemer ruins underneath it. It's built on top of Dwemer ruins, carved into the side of a mountain. It's completely different to the architecture of Whiterun, all the traditional medieval style architecture. It's a thing of wonder. Like the structure of it is incredible, and it's got a waterfall coming down it. It's got amazing brass towers.
Yeah.
And it's such a vertical city as well.
Yes.
It's not flat. It's kind of built on levels into the mountain.
Yeah. And again, it's hard not to go on about this, but you're going to be able to just get a proper sense at last of the scale of it, you know, and of what they built. And, you know, it's a historical kind of place within Skyrim. You know, it's a historical place. The people who built it don't exist anymore.
Yeah.
It's been kind of, you know, just overrun now by modern day people, and just like you'd be able to get a sense of that wonder of like, wow, this is amazing. This is like a historic place. I think that's going to be absolutely fantastic.
Well, there we go. There's us waxing lyrical about 5 places we can't wait to visit in Skyrim VR.
Yeah.
All of it, basically.
Yeah, I mean, there are many more places. All the bits in between those places as well will also be
if you're
pretty
still
amazing.
On the fence about whether or not you want to try VR, like...
Well, this could definitely be the time.
Man.
I mean, Skyrim, we talk about all the time. It's an amazing game anyway. I know it's one of your favourite games of all time.
Yeah.
It's probably one of my favourite games of all time. If you haven't played it anyway, my God, you need to play it. But to think you could now play that whole... You know, it's huge. There's so much to do in there, so much to explore. And you can play that all and be in the world for the first time.
Yeah.
It's just so exciting.
It's going to be amazing. Well, guys, thanks very much for watching. Let us know what you think about Skyrim VR in the comments. What places are you looking forward to visiting again? And please do stick with us as we've got loads more coming up all this week from E3.